Hey, how's it going everybody? It's Tanner here and welcome back to another Ninjago discussion video here on the channel. In today's video we're going to be discussing the overall backstory of Cole as a character and why I feel like we don't know as much as we thought that we originally did. Now regarding Cole's backstory, there's really not a lot that we know about it, and a lot of things in this video will just be sort of theorized and speculated about as we go on. And I also realized the other day that we really don't know a lot about Zane's backstory either, before or during the time that he was built and before Master Wu found him. So we're going to go ahead and discuss that in a future video if you guys are interested, and if this video does well enough, we'll go ahead and make that one. But right now, let's go ahead and discuss Cole. So a lot of the evidence coming from, or basically revolving around Cole's backstory, comes in the form of an episode early on in the 8th season of Ninjago, where Cole has a flashback sequence to when Master Wu first found him on top of a mountain. Of course, we saw that play out in the pilot season of Ninjago. We saw a brief flashback of that. But here we actually get to see it happening, and the reason that Cole, of course, is climbing the mountain is a very interesting one. So this is presumably right after Cole's mother had died. Now, yes, Cole's mother did unfortunately perish, prior to the series actually starting, which is sad, of course. We do know that she was the original Earth Master, or at least the one before Cole. His grandfather was actually seen during the Serpentine War, but Cole's mother we've never really seen, and we don't really know if we're going to ever see her again, period, throughout Ninjago. We really haven't seen much of her, and all we know about her is basically that she exists, and she has since died. So I don't think there's going to be any sort of correlation between Cole actually getting his powers from his mother and learning about his powers through his mother. I believe that she probably had died before Cole's powers were obviously recognized by him personally, which is a little bit of a shame. We've seen through some other Ninjago ninja, and with their parents, their elemental powers sort of correlate with each other, most notably in Rei and Maya and Kai and Nia. Since they were both alive at the same time, they were sort of able to use their powers simultaneously. Cole never really has that luxury, and we've seen in that Season 8 flashback, he really doesn't feel too strongly about his father's reaction towards his mother's death, because apparently his father basically just did nothing to resolve it. He basically went off on his own and really didn't seem to care that much. I have a theory that maybe Cole's father was just simply in shock and, was kind of in denial as well during the entire situation and really didn't want to acknowledge that it actually existed. But it is kind of sad and kind of heartbreaking when you think about that, because that would mean that Cole basically had a pretty traumatic past. I mean, his mother died and his father basically dismissed it as something of very little importance, and I can see how Cole would be feeling after that. So in that sense, it makes a lot of sense why he decided to go ahead and actually climb the mountain in the first place, just to go ahead and take his mind off of things. And of course, a chance encounter led him to run into Master Wu, and that led to his training. Now, I do believe that he decided to run away, as he did mention this early on in the series. He decided to run away from his home after that whole incident went down, but it wasn't until Season 8 that we actually learned what the situation was for Cole. And when you think about it, it actually is one of the most tragic backstories out of any Ninjago ninja. I mean, think about it. Cole's mother died with no explanation whatsoever, and Cole's father really didn't provide any sort of substance or closure with his son in that sense, at least until, later on in the first season of Ninjago, when they sort of reconciled and sort of, worked out their differences. But from the time that Cole's mother died to the time that Cole and his father reconciled, there really was sort of that dark sort of presence over Cole's character, and I guess we can see how that was affecting him during the early days of Ninjago. He really wasn't that primary of a character back then, and he really isn't to this day, though they've been getting better with it. And I hope that Cole's backstory will be explored even more going forward in future Ninjago seasons, because sort of piecing together all these little hints of evidence is sort of creating an interesting sort of diorama for Cole's life, and I'm curious to see how that actually went ahead and affected him. Though I do believe that this speculation is, of course, somewhat accurate in terms of analyzing how Cole has been acting, but I don't know. I don't study psychology, or whatever you would call this, so I really can't say much on that front, but I do understand how basic human nature works, and something to that nature really isn't going to be healthy for Cole, at least during the time that it had happened. So again, I'm just looking for some type of closure in that sense, and I guess all we can do is speculate about how Cole was feeling during that time, but it couldn't have been anything good for his character, and it really just gives me a new appreciation for Cole's character, so I guess we'll have to see what that, leads to later on in Ninjago's run. So thank you so much for watching, guys. This was just a quick little video discussing the mysterious nature of Cole's past and why exactly we really haven't seen any of it yet. Again, I sort of just gave my input on that as well, but I feel like there's more to be desired here and there's more to be found, so I'm hoping we get some sort of answer eventually. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, as always, don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up rating. And again, do not forget to subscribe if you have not done so already. And be sure to hit the notification bell. I upload videos almost every day now, so you don't really want to miss when those come out. So be sure to go ahead and click that if you want to see more videos from me when they come out. Once again, guys, the comment section is yours for the various discussions that you would like to have regarding this topic, or if you just like a comment of a general nature, that's fine as well. In the description, you will find links towards my other forms of social media, whether it be my Twitter, my Instagram, my Patreon, or my merch. Be sure to support me on all those platforms if you would like to. With that being said, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video here. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.